So hi guys, it's me Roswell. I'm back again with another tutorial on how to make a bodycon skirt. So all we will need for this skirt, we shall need a hook, 2.5mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, measuring tape, and the yarn itself. And I'll be using Seagull. It's a 4-play and it's 100% acrylic, and with this I'll be doubling my strand. To make it thicker. So let's start. You begin by making a slip knot. Make it hold still, then we'll make a chain, and you make a chain according to the hip size. No, sorry, you make a chain as long as the measurement of the waist of the individual, of the person you would be wanting to work upon. So let's assume the person is like me. I'll be using my different measurements, so you'll be also using your different measurements because people have different bodies. Yeah. So you cannot tell. So we shall measure. I will use the 15 inches of the waist person, of the waist measurement. Sorry. So let's see. 15. Okay, let's go up to 18. So I've measured up to like a 19 inches. That's for my waist size of this skirt. So we are going to chain one, then yarn over, go into the second loop, pull over, and then go through the second one, yarn over, pull through the first two, then pull through the second two. This is a double crochet. So you're going to do this up to the end of the row. The same thing, yarn over, go through the first two, then go through the last two. Go through the first two, go through the second two. So this is a double crochet, and I'll do it up to the end of the row. So I'm going to pause here, and then I'll meet you at the end of the row. So I'm back here. So I'm at the end of my row, and this is what I have with a double crochet, and this measures up to my 19 inches. So to continue, remember we are making a skirt, and the skirt won't come as one side, so you make sure your thing is very straight, and then you attach it to the other side, and this is how you do it. You do go through the other one, and then join it. So from here you chain you chain two, then this is the waist of the person. This is the waist of the person, after joining it, making it a circle or a round thing. So we are going to create a waistband. The waistband, so you make it as long as you might want, but we shall make it using the front post double crochet and the back post double crochet. So this is how you do the front post double crochet. You go through this like this. I hope you get it clearly. So you still go through the first and the second one, then you go through the back one. Remember, front and back. So the front one you use the front side, then the back side, the back one you use the back side, and you yarn over, tilt your hook like this and go backwards, go through that back double crochet all over, go through this front one. So it's just the same as a double crochet, but only that here we are making it appear in a different way by going through the back loop and the front loop. So you continue doing that. Is this okay? Let me do this again clearly. So sorry, this here you go, this is the back loop and you go through it like that. Then the front loop you yarn over, go through it like this, pull over, yarn through both. The back loop you work on the back side, and this is how you go. So I'm going to do this for the rest of the row, and I'll meet you back at the starting point where we started from, where we joined from. Okay. You see it makes these ridges. There is a certain way they appear and they make it look nice. So, when you do this, so you can tell the difference now. So I'll come back to you when I'll come back and meet you here at the starting point. So I've worked all the way around, so I'm here at the starting point where I started from. So after your last back post or front post double crochet, you'll come and make a slip stitch from the point where you started and made a chain of 2. So you make a slip stitch there. This is how you make a slip stitch. Then chain more 2. Then you can go back around through that. Now from the first stage you made, we made the front post. On my side, I made a front post double crochet. For him, you might have made a back post or front, either the way you go into that hole. Then you go through the back one, the one that you just made, that very first row, you go back on it and then build. When you continue doing the same thing, where you made the front post, you still do the front post. Where you made the back post, you do the back post, like this. So it will keep on building up, becoming bigger. You see, front post, and this is how the back side looks like. It looks exactly the same, but yeah. So where you did the back post, you do it there. You did the front post, you do it there. So this is how we go on. I'm going to continue up to the end of the row. You do the same. So I'm going to meet you at the end of the row and we'll move to another step. So I'm back and I've reached at the end. I've reached at the end. So I'm done with my second row. So you make a slip stitch. So if you want your waistband to be bigger in size, it's okay. If you would want it to be very big, it's okay. You can keep on doing the same rounds just as we've been doing. So this is how it comes out looking, and it feels nice on the body. So we're going to make a chain of 2. Now we are going to do something a little different. We are going to create the body of the skirt. So yeah, this is it. So here we shall be using half double crochet. So the half double crochet is, you still remember it, you go into this very loop. The half double crochet, you go through all 3 of the loops at once without. So yeah, so you have to go into all these loops. You'll see them on your work that you'll be working upon. You'll see them. So yarn over, and then so this is a double crochet. So, and it's what we shall be using after working with the double crochet with the waistband. The rest so you forgive me for the background noises. As I was still saying that we'll be doing a half double crochet after making the waistband, and it will be the only pattern up to the end of the skirt. And yeah, so let's make, we'll meet at the when you reach the where you're supposed to make the slip stitch from. So here we go. So you've reached at the end, you make a slip knot, sorry, a slip stitch, chain your 2, turn your work around, and then go the other way. So you don't need to keep on following the same direction, because if you do, it will give you a certain, there is a certain way the thing, the project comes out. There's a certain way the project comes out. It doesn't look that nice, but if you keep on going double sides, it makes it come out better. So we continue with the half double crochets. So you'll make these like 5 rows or 10, depending on the different sizes you may be working upon. You'll make 5 or 10 rows, and then I'll meet you at that point when you're done. Okay. So I'm coming to the end of my, I'm sure you're done with your 5 rows or 10 rows. But me, I've done 3. So I've come to the end. I'm going to make a slip stitch, make your chain of 2, turn your work around. So now what we are going to do is try to increase, because the person, okay, depending on the person's body size, yeah, the waist is not the same as the hip area. So we are going to increase slowly to make it appear like this. So we are going to increase slowly and make it appear according to the person's body, so as it would fit the hips too. So what we are going to do is continue making these half double crochets, but the difference is we are going to get like, let's say, like five let's say like five holes. These are 2 here and here, then 2 here, then we shall do 1 here. That will make it five loops that we're going to work in by putting 2 half double crochets. That would make it like, that would increase the surface area of working upon. So we are going to place 2 half double crochets. You do the first one, then again do the second one. So that makes it 2 of them in one hole, in one loop. So you again do the normal half double crochets, then to a certain area, you reach a certain area, you again do the 2 half double crochets in one loop. This increases the number of stitches to work upon, and it increases the body of the skirt. So I shall do the same. You also reach another area, you put the 2 half double crochets in one loop. So far we've worked up 1, three of them. So we are left with like two to complete our round. So still do the same in the other loop. So still do the same. You can make 5 or 6 loops that you might want to work upon, so it really doesn't matter as long as it has increased to make the to cover the hip area. So make a slip stitch, chain 2, turn your work around, go into that very hole, make your half double crochets. So we are going to do the same on the second row. So we are going to increase for like 5 rows. Yeah, we are going to increase for 5 rows, doing the 6 or 5 increases in the different loops. So I hope you got it on the first round. Let's try another round. So 1 increase, increase again, with the 2 half double crochets, continue with your normal half double crochets, increase, increase. Increase. So you're going to make your slip stitch, turn your work around. So I'm going to continue doing this, the increase, for my next 3 rows, because I've done 2 so far, and I'm going to do 5. So I'll meet you when I'm done. We're going to start a new level. So now I'm back with my 5 rows of increase. After getting done with my 5 rows of increase, I hope you're done with yours and you've seen the difference. So now you can tell how this is going. It's going as it's making some hip show. So after finishing those 5 rows of increment, we continue making the normal half double crochets as we were doing at first. So now this is no different. We just do the same, just continue. You make them for some, let's say like about 20 rows. Yeah, about 20 rows, making the half double crochets, not forgetting to turn over the work, turn your work around. Like if you've ended here, if you've slip stitched from here, you turn your work around and start the other way, so as it doesn't look like both inside and out be looking the same. So you continue like that, making the half double crochets for the next 20 rows, and I'll meet you when you're done. So now, after finishing the number of rows that you've worked upon, like creating the body of the skirt, these I worked on mine. So now we are going to do something different from the normal part. Okay, it's not very different, but you're reducing. Sorry, just a minute. So I'd like to show you something different. Oh, not different, but remember we began with a skirt like this. Can you see that? And then the normal way it was, then it came like this. We increased with the normal increases. So we increased. Now when we reach here, we are going to try to make it come back a little down. So here, this is the waist. That was the waist. This is the waist and the waistband. This is the hip area. And then so we are going to make it like reduce in size. You know how the body comes like this, and then it reduces so to the leg area. So this is it. So we are going to make a reduction, and by making the reduction, this is how we are going to do it. In making the reduction, we are going to do the normal half, get all the 3 loops on your hook. Do not pull through both, just leave them there hanging. Then yarn over, go to the next loop, pull them, and then there will be 5 of them on your hook. So you're going to pull through all of them at once. This is a way of reducing. So as we reduce, it will make this come like reduce. It makes it narrow. So we shall do it in the next, after the next 10 loops. So stitches, sorry, let's do it. So this is what you're going to do. You do the normal yarning over and pulling through the loop, but then don't pull through all these 3 as the half double crochet would show, the way we've been doing. So before you pull through, you yarn over, go through to the next loop. So you're technically joining 2 loops with 1 stitch. Yeah, you're joining the 2 loops with 1 stitch, and that is making a reduction on the surface area. Yeah, so let's continue. I'm going to show you again. There is another way of reducing, but that other way, let me show you this also. For it, you just skip the next, loop, you skip this, you go to the next one. But you see, as you can see, it creates some difference. It is very different from these others. You can, someone can easily tell that there is a hole, like there is a missing gap. So I wouldn't advise you to use that. We're going to do the other reduction. So join the 2 loops together. So that's how you join it. So we're going to reduce again. So you yarn over, go through that loop, don't pull, not pulling, so you just go to the next stitch, pull through all the 5. We do it again, the last one. There will be 3. Go to the next one, you join those 2, there will be 5 on your hook, then pull all of them at once. So that's what comes out. So you're going to, let me first reach the end. So this continues. You'll make, like, you see how we did 6 or 5 reductions, no, 5 increases or 6 increases at the start when we were creating the hip area. So we are going to do also 5 or 6 depending on your choice. So Yeah, you what, you continue reducing 5 5, so you're going to make 5 rows of reduction, just as you did with increase. You're going to make 5 rows of reduction, and then after those 5 rows we continue. So the following row, after counting your 5 rows, the following row you'd not reduce, you'd work normally with a half double crochet. So that is it. I'll show you. I have 2 pieces. This one was a smaller version, so I'll show you the bigger version as I work on it. Also show like on the reduction part. So it will show you the difference after you work upon the 5 rows of reduction. After those specific 5 rows of reduction, you will work normally to continue creating the normal sizing, because now if you continue reducing like that, it will be very small, very narrow. So technically maybe okay, it won't appear very well, but that could also be something else. You reduce. Another one thing I would like to tell you is that do not reduce from like the same area, like reducing. Now if I reduce from here, then I reduce the next stitch, it would be totally okay. It would be okay though someone would totally say that there is some confusion there. It would look weird because the reduction swells more than the normal half double crochet. So I've got to remove it and continue with the normal way I've been going. So you reduce, let's see, you reduce here, you choose any 5 points or 6 points of your skirt you're working on, you're working around. You can reduce up here, or here, anywhere. So as long as the reducing part is working. So I'll meet you when you're done with your 5 reducing rows, and I'll meet you when I'm holding the bigger skirt. So this is what I have. See my waistband, I made a bigger one, and you can see the difference. So you see around, this is like around the waist part, so the hip area we go on increasing. This is what it comes to it. So around here, these are my reducing stitches. These are my reducing stitches as we move forward. Yeah, and then after the reducing stitches, you work normally with the half double crochets, so which doesn't make a big change. Still with my 2 balls of yarn, I had to attach some new ones. After the reducing stitches, I hope you've done very well. If there are any questions, you can inbox me or send me an email. I work upon that together. So you do the normal half double crochets after the reducing stitches, and okay, right. Are you seeing the difference? Curves, it curves and then reduces. So this reduces up to the leg area. So now from this point on, like, you can make it long or you can make a normal short one. So me, I'm making a short skirt. Yeah, I'm making a short skirt for, so it's either your choice, a long skirt, a long bodycon, or a short one. So the choice there is totally up to you. So I continue. Going to work up to the area for slip stitching. Oh. I'm almost at the end. For the final row, make your slip stitch. You chain 1, chain 2, cut a long thread so that you're able to weave it in after you're done. So this is as like you weave it in when you're done, to not make the work look ugly. This is how I do my weaving. Some use needles, people use different material to weave in their things. I use the same particular hook I've been using to weave them in, so as the work looks neat and attractive. So you can cut your thread, this the hanging one. Everything is neat. Also weaving this, the beginning part. So this is it. Back side. So this is what I have for the tutorial. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll be dropping more tutorials on different projects. We shall move on. Thank you.